A few years ago, one of my dad's best friends that he'd known for 40 years, named Eric, passed away. And Eric was quite the character. Hardworking son of a gun. Um, had a bit of a drinking problem, but a great man, and very kind. And he had made a fortune and lost it, and just working hard doing landscaping in the 70s, and had to start over again in his 40s, like 20 years later. And even as he was getting older, I don't know how, because Eric always had extra weight on him, but he worked so freaking hard, it was incredible. And Eric was just a real cool guy. He was like my uncle, really. And he never got upset at me, ever once. And I was working with him one summer. I was, I don't know, 17 maybe. And he had to mow like 50 of these tiniest little yards you ever seen in your life at like a condo place or something. Where the yard's like 6 foot by 6 foot, or but you have to mow like 50 of them. And I took a shortcut across someone's driveway, and turns out the guy had just cleaned his driveway and he lost his mind and came out. And this guy was probably late 60s, maybe early 70s, and he wanted to kick my 17-year-old ass. And and Eric took the brunt of it. And Eric didn't even get mad at me or nothing. He just, I think he laughed it off or whatever. That's the kind of guy Eric was, with me anyway. And anyway, before he passed, he had planted a tree in my parents' front yard. And for 20 years, my dad and other people had put plants there of all varieties, and none of them survived. It was just the soil, whatever it was. Plants just could not survive. And this one little, I don't know, 10 by 10. I know it's more than that, but it's not a big area, but nothing has survived in it. And before Eric passed, he planted this tree there. And the tree was a healthy sapling or whatever it's called. And it was doing all right for a minute, and then eventually started to wither away down to nothing, and it was just a twig. My dad didn't have the heart to go out and rip it out, because and Eric passed away, and so it was Eric's tree, and the thing was just a little twig that stood there for months, because my dad just couldn't tear it down. And one day he got tired of looking at it, so he went out there, and to his surprise, the thing was growing little buds or little leaves or something, and my dad knows enough about agriculture to realize the thing was still alive. And so he called. I think he even called my mom out to say, "Look at this." And sure enough, the thing turned around, survived, and is now thriving. In fact, and it's quite the monster now. In fact. And I think there's something to be learned from that, which is, I messed up the story. Dang it. Is right before Eric passed away and he put the tree in the ground, my dad said to him, "Eric, nothing has ever grown there, and probably never will." And Eric just said, my dad says Eric looked at him and said, "We'll see." And that was it. And it's just kind of cool that Eric was right. So, and that's what I was getting at, is there's a metaphor there, which is, you'll be down to your last twig. You'll be down to a stick. And, there might not be a lot of faith in the survival community, but it ain't over till it's over. and you can be down to your last root and survive, and then come back and thrive. So Eric's tree is got a special place in our hearts, and something we could learn from Mother Nature once in a while. All we have to do is take a look at it.